When you feel confused. When you feel confused. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. In my opinion, there can be several reasons why we feel confused. My first reason I often believe is when the soul is telling us one thing and the mind is telling us to go in a different direction, that we feel agitated. And often that's not genuine being confused, because often we know what the real answer is and we know what the correct answer is. But when we have two opposing directions, that's when agitation comes in. So what happens when we're confused? Well, sometimes we can be confused by a person who's giving us wrong information, purposefully or not purposefully. They can be feeding us wrong information and it doesn't seem to add up. And when it doesn't add up, we feel confused. We think that there's supposed to be a certain outcome, and yet we're going in a different direction. So we can feel confused. Wrong information can confuse us. Wrong people who choose to confuse us can confuse us. Often a confusion is attached to a person. Sometimes events will take place. And when events take place out of our control, often we feel confused because we didn't play a role in that event to create it. And so now we're confused. How did we end up here? An outside force may have come in and taken us into a situation that we were not prepared for. And so momentarily we feel confused. How did we get here? I believe that when we're confused, we need to get right information. Sometimes, at least for me, I slow life down if possible so that I can gather correct information and so that I have time to assimilate that information. Because sometimes when we get a lot of information and we make a decision, we can make a wrong decision unless we've assimilated that information and let it come together. And I tend to try to rest on my information because often all the pieces will come together when we're rested. And so confusion can come in a lot of ways, and it can feel like a big storm when we're in the midst of confusion. Often confusion comes from new events that we were not prepared for in some way, or we expected a different outcome, and so now we're confused. And it often has to do with the wrong information. And yet when it's not the wrong information, sometimes outward events will take place and it will affect our lives and it will confuse us. And so it's important to slow life down, gather correct information, surround ourselves with wise, corrective people that can help us get back on track again. From my house to yours, may God bless you, and I hope to talk to you soon again. And from Grandma's porch and my beautiful day, I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.